I'm back for the third video now. It's been very interesting this week. This last week. So I'm now 27 weeks and 5 days, and I'm still kind of not sure, but we'll see what happens here. I know what I want to talk about. I just don't know in what order. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just start with this. This week started out with planning my blessing way, which is funny because as much as I call it a blessing way, there are still many people who, because they're unfamiliar with a blessing way, they're gonna call it a baby shower. And that's whatever, that's fine. But I don't like baby showers. I don't tend to like the games. Like my daughter, my oldest, was telling me yesterday about a game where you have the labels taken off of baby food and you have to taste them and guess what it is, and the grosser it is, the better. For me, like I understand, you know, for some that's fun and stuff, but for me, I'm like, what is the point of this? Like, you know, like this is stupid. And also, I'm so, I don't know, like anti what everybody else is doing. It's so like in me to see everybody going in this direction, doing this thing, and I'm like, well, what's over that way? Because I want to know what's over there. I'm not drawn to crowds. I'm not drawn to I don't know what everybody else is doing. I'm just not, you know. And because I just find such a sheeple kind of mentality among crowds that I don't want to be bothered with that. So anyway, a blessing way, for those who aren't familiar, it is I should have looked this up to know exactly, but I know it is rooted in I don't remember what Indian tribe, but it has like Native American roots, and it can be fit to whatever your faith is and all, and it's quite lovely in that instead of it being a thing of like commercial, okay, I'm gonna make a word, instead of it being like a commercialized kind of thing, which I find baby showers to be pretty much, it's very much about community and gathering around this new mother-to-be, because even if the mother-to-be is like me, who you know, has had several children already, she's still a new person today, and this is a new life that is coming about and all. So it's all still very new, and every pregnancy is different. There's just so many factors and all that I feel makes it necessary to celebrate, and not just because baby showers tend to be all about like the gifts and the games, I guess, and the baby, you know, the baby or babies and all. And whereas the blessing way is more about the mother, and it's about the baby as well, but it's very different and very I was telling them a little bit about it, some of the things that we do at Blessing Ways, and they were like, oh wow, like it's like very sentimental, and it is like I've had 2 Blessing Ways so far and 2 traditional baby showers. And at my Blessing Ways, I always have people leave who are just like, I've never been to anything like that in my life. And it was just beautiful and just like breathtaking. And it's very different. So I'm so excited, guys. Like, okay, so I have friends like finally in my life. This sounds like crazy. I used to be a very come one, come all type of person with regards to friends, and I've, you know, grown from that, and because I've had, you know, situations where I've allowed people in that I didn't need to have in so close, and it's okay, and you know, whatever. And thankfully, a lot of those friends, the way I feel about it, I still absolutely love them and all, but I feel like what we couldn't get right here on earth, we'll get it right in heaven and all, and be together forever, so it'll be good. But now I'm very much more selective, and I pay attention to just like the discernment that God has given me with regards to choosing friends and all. And so anyway, I have a group of friends who, 3 in particular, who are helping me, and my children, two of my children, they're my friends too. And I don't care what you think about it. Some parents be like, oh, I'm not their friend and all that. Whatever. I'm my kids' friends too. But anyway, and we don't get it confused. They don't get it confused. They know I'm their mother, all that. So anyway, I have a few friends who I asked to help me with doing this blessing way, and oh my gosh, like what a difference. Like I'm accustomed to and okay with like cooking all the food and doing all this stuff, but I'm not good at like decorating, and you know, I just don't even care. Like you talk about centerpieces and I'm like, what? Like I just don't care. But I just want to make sure the food is good and we got, you know, beautiful activities to do, and that's enough for me. But man, like my girls are so like just like detailed and organized in a way that just totally complements the part that I am, you know, and all. And it's, I'm excited, and they're making it such that it's like I'm not gonna have very much to do at all. And it's, I'm like, oh my goodness, and what a time to be able to have that, because like I've never experienced a pregnancy where I'm so like tired and I literally cannot walk for too long, stand for too long, sit for too long, all that. And it's just very appropriate that now is the time that I have this crew, you know, supporting me and all. And I mean, I have people like, because usually blessing ways are potlucks, and I have so many people bringing food. I'm just gonna have to like fill in like little stuff and all. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But I've also, so I'm planning, we're working on the blessing way thing, and I'm excited about that. And that's gonna be, I'm gonna have one in New Jersey and one in the DC area where I'm from, after, like after the birth, when I'm comfortable with traveling and all that. But this one for New Jersey is going to be in January, the end of January. And so I'm just excited about that. And like it's funny, like I have an actual theme and all. Like those are things that I've never really cared about too much and all. It's just like, just give me some plates and some like food and like, you know, I don't know. But so just excited about that. And I'm excited, one of my friends, Ashley, from Facebook. Actually, I'm not sure if I've ever met Ashley in person. Facebook is interesting because I have friends on there who, some of them, we have been friends in like very private groups for years and years and years. And I mean, even before Facebook, some friends that I'm thinking about right now, before Facebook, it was other forums, and then we moved to Facebook, and some of them I met in person, some of them I haven't, but they are all very good friends of mine and all. But one in particular, though, that I'm thinking of now, Ashley, Ashley was telling me about like fermenting vegetables and all, and I fermented some pearl onions and some baby carrots. Oh my God, it's so good, and it was so easy. I don't know how long I allowed it to ferment. I don't know. I want to say 3 to 5 days. I don't even know 5 days. But I just basically took like I had my mason jar, and I put my I made my brine water. It was just like, I want to say like maybe 4 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of my real salt. Brand salt, because I don't use the table salt. Table salt is awful for you. That's what they're talking about when they say salt is bad. Sea salt, totally different. You need that. Your body absolutely needs it, and it should not be white. So anyway, I took that and put the salt in there, and then I put the vegetables in the mason jar and I let it sit, and that joker started bubbling up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like it turns like, or it looks kind of like it's carbonated, you know, and all because of the gases and all. It's just an amazing process. I love like cooking, and I love like cooking from scratch, and like just starting from nothing, or you know, like it's just, I just love all that. So anyway, I made those because I want to add more probiotic benefits to my diet. And the probiotics that you get from making your fermented vegetables is far more than you could get if you go to the store and buy some probiotics, because those, you know, they die off and all that, and it's just not as much as the amount of healthy bacteria that's in what you make. So I'm excited about that, and they are good. My husband don't like it because he's like, "You're breath," but I'm like, I don't care. So I love it. So I'm doing my fermented veggies, and you know, again, here we go with not having very many calories, but I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. So, and I'm still growing. So, you know, this week. So okay, so I'll talk about this part first. Jeez. So this week has been interesting in that. So I'm out of denial, right? I'm no longer denying that there's no possibility that this is a twin pregnancy, right? I'm past that mark. But I have these moments where I am like, I just start to doubt. And the reason, honestly, is because I talked to some of my like midwife friends, and I talked to them about different, well, really the main thing that I talked to them about that gets me into doubt is the whole heartbeat thing. Because with the fetoscope, it is possible to hear what sounds like 2 heartbeats, and it still be a singleton and all. And so when I you know, talk to them and we go in depth, and it's fun because, man, like, we're such geeks like about birth, and it's just fun. We go so deep that it's just like, I don't even want to bore you with all that, even though I don't even think it's boring myself. But anyway, we go so deep and all that. By the time I end the conversation, I'm like, well, maybe this is a singleton. But then I'm like, this needs to not be, because this is ridiculous what I'm going through. Like it's just absolutely magnified and just crazy, and then at times I'm like, either I'm having, like, I feel movement right now in the very lower right, and then the very lower left, and then I'll have movements up top on the right and up top on the left. And so I'm like, okay, is this a starfish? Like, you know, fetuses, you know, they ball up. That's the whole fetal position thing that we all talk about all the time. So it's just, yeah, a lot of like crazy. But anyway, those moments of doubt really bother me, because one thing that I have not shared with you, I shared that in the beginning, when I started to suspect the possibility of twins, I like point blank, because I'm like, okay, Lord, I know you, and you talk to me all the time, so please tell me. And I asked him point blank, and I got an answer, and I asked him in dreams, but I didn't trust myself, because I'm like, it's such a crazy dynamic. You know, I know so many prophetic people who, like, we all say the same thing, where when we are hearing for someone else, it's so much easier. Like, I prophesied over this guy yesterday, and it was good and it was fun, but he's not ready for the word that I gave him just yet. But it was like, it was one of those things where he needed to hear this, and it's like on the shelf, right? And so it was okay for me to give him this word when I did, but he was like, you know, like, this doesn't pertain to me kind of thing. And I'm like, you're lying. Like, you know? Well, no, actually, I believe, well, my friend was like, he's lying, because she knows him. But I'm like, no, I think he really believes it right now. But this is, it's like, it's on the shelf. He's heard this. He's going to come back to it. and it's gonna, you know, it's like planting seeds, you know, so whatever and all. But I'm like totally confident, right? And I know, like, you know, that down the line he's gonna come back, and I just know, because that's just how it happens at times. But I hear from God for myself, and I'm like, I need another sign. Lord, is this you? Am I hearing correctly, Lord? It's just stupid, you know? It's just absolutely stupid. And so what I did when I didn't really believe that I was really hearing from the Lord, I was like, okay, Lord, give me a dream and tell me in a dream. And then he tells me in a dream, and I'm like, okay, dreams aren't literal. And then now the thing is, I can dismiss my dreams more than I can dismiss my oldest daughter's, because her dream was such that she was palpating my belly. She felt a baby on the right, a baby on the left, and her dream happened. And then, like, as far as interpreting dreams go, because a lot of dreams are like symbolic in nature and not literal, but God is a good God, you know. And just like my it feels funny to call him my pastor. I'd rather just say my dad, Russ. So anyway, so as Russ was saying, you ask God a question point blank. You asked him to give you a dream. You know God is a good God. He does not toy with or tease us. He told you in a dream several times that you're having twins. He even gave your daughter a dream that you're having twins. What more do you want? And I was like, I don't know. Like, you know, it's just, and that part starts to make me upset with myself, because I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, you know, like, it doesn't even matter what anybody else says. Like, what God says is key and king and it, you know. So so that was my battle this Wednesday. Actually, I woke up, actually I don't even know when it came on. I think it was just after conversations and stuff with some of my midwife friends and all, about the heartbeat thing, and I started to doubt, and I'm like, well, maybe it's not, you know, maybe it's not. And then after a while, I just start like just beating myself up for doubting it all. And then here's what I forgot, though, that first of all, doubt is not something that comes from God. That's something from the enemy. So I'm like, you know, through talking to a few people and talking it over with God and all, it's like this isn't even yours. This is like something the enemy is like putting into the situation, and you're taking it on as if it is yours. And I'm like, oh, you know, so I'm just like, you know, like, Lord. And I was telling the Lord, I was like, you know, like, this is stupid anyway, because regardless, I'm having at least a baby, and that's something to rejoice about. I had 5 miscarriages in a row before this. So whether one comes out or 2, I'm good. Like, this is a blessing. It's amazing. And, you know, all that. But it also goes along with the whole unassisted thing. So, not all of my friends that go unassisted are like believers and all that kind of stuff, but they believe in birth. They believe in how our bodies were created, and that we were created to do this, and that it's just a normal physiological process. It's not such a big, like, oh, you know, oh, you're gonna die, or you could possibly die. Like, I was telling a friend the other day how a lot of those situations where people say, you know, oh, I almost died, or the baby almost died and all, I could tell you so many things that happened at your birth without even having been there. And I personally don't think it has anything to do with being prophetic. I just know that cascade of interventions that happens, and how one thing leads to another, and then they got to fix the problem that they created in the first place and save you. And it's like, hurrah, thank God they were there, because one or both of us would have died. Well, guess what? They caused all the problems that, you know, brought you close to death in the first place, you know, and a lot of people don't realize that. But anyway, so, you know, there's this group of people, you know, who we totally believe in the process. Just like you go poop. Imagine you don't go to poop and you lay down on somebody's like table so that, you know, and had a surgeon standing by just in case something goes wrong, because I don't know why, but Maybe something gonna go wrong when you poop this time. I don't know. But you're laying on the table. Who lays on the table flat on their back to poop, first of all? And then who needs that surgeon to come and stick their finger in your butt and tell you, okay, it's time to push now? You kind of know when it's time to push. You don't need help with that. Like, you just kind of, you know, you feel and you sense and you're right and your body knows how to do this, period. You know, I mean, think of all the people who accidentally poop on themselves. Their body works, all right? It just works, you know? So, it's just kind of silly when you really think about it and all, because it really is a normal physiological process. There is a good maybe like 5%, if that, of people who genuinely will have an issue that needs to be addressed. Those people need to go to the obstetrician. They need to go to the surgeon who is trained in all things, like, you know, all hell breaking loose, and can, you know, help bring, you know, just like peace or whatever, or just help fix the whole thing. But otherwise, it's kind of like crazy. It's kind of like having a surgeon on standby every time you go poop. Otherwise, because it's like, it's just totally unnecessary. Or like somebody said, I read at some point, they're like, you know, you call the babysitter and they have to be the pediatric surgeon, you know, like, that you want to babysit just in case. Like, what? Who does this? Like, you know, but that's what we do with birth all the time. And because these surgeons are trained in the hell breaking loose, that's what they see. And they end up causing it. They're not trained in all things natural. They're not trained in like just the normal side of it. A lot of them haven't even seen a natural and normal birth process. They haven't even seen it, because they have to fiddle some kind of way, whether that's breaking the water, whether that's inducing, or, oh, you're a small person, your baby looks like it's going to be big, and you can't birth this baby, even though you grew it in your own body. Like, it's just insane. It's so stupid, the whole thing. So anyway, it's all faith, all right? So either way, whether the woman is a believer or whatever, it's faith. It's a faith walk. And I know this, and I love this. You know, I love that aspect. I don't want to run to a doctor or a sonogram when absolutely nothing is wrong. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to subject my child or children to interventions that could possibly harm them. And all. I was telling somebody else about, like, with the sonogram thing and the Doppler, that's 90 decibels of sound. You know, sound changes things on a molecular basis. It does. You know, it's scientifically proven. It's spiritually so. It's just so. And we don't know what we're doing, you know, when we're subjecting ourselves and our children to this stuff all the time, you know. But we know and we see the rise of all these health issues and problems, and I'm like, I want no parts. I want no parts. I'll err on the side of caution, and yeah, no thanks. So if for me the possibility of twins would change my birth plan, yes, I would probably go to have it confirmed, but I believe I would have it confirmed through some other route. There are other routes. People just think sonogram is the only way. And here's the thing, sometimes sonograms miss twins too. You know, I'm sure, you know, many of you have heard of that phenomenon where, you know, it just wasn't, they didn't know, they couldn't see and all. And they get like weight and a lot of things wrong all the time with sonograms. These machines are not the end all be all. You know, they just aren't. And so, that was a lot. I'm saying a whole lot. But anyway, so the doubt thing though, it's been interesting and all, and it doesn't last very long, but when it does, I was getting very frustrated, you know. I got really upset with myself about it, and I just, you know, prayed and all, and I told one of my friends, she really just blessed me because she sang this song to me, and I call it an old church song because I see the choir coming in and marching in and singing. And so the song was Oh Lord, what was the song? Oh, okay. So she sang to me. Wait, she made it personal. So she said, "You've come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord, trusting in His holy word. He's never failed me yet." Now I'm making it personal for me. Whoa, 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 can't turn around. I've come this far by faith. And I'm like, yes, that's what this is about. Like, it's because for me, the birth, like, of a singleton or a twin, it doesn't change my plans of how I'm going to go about this. So I'm like, chill and enjoy, you know. And then I had another friend, she prayed for me, and oh, it was just so touching and all. Yeah, so everything is good. It's good. And I'm just like, I don't know, like in awe of how everything works. And I'm learning so much along this journey, and of just trust and not acting stupid. And you know, God told me in the beginning of this, He's like, just trust me and live. Okay, so as I was saying, He told me to trust Him and live. And so that's what I'm intent on doing, because I don't want to live any other way, honestly. I know what it is to worry. I know what it is to, you know, be anxious and frustrated and overwhelmed, and none of those are fun. So I'm choosing to just trust and enjoy and live, you know. So I have, well, I'll talk about other stuff in another video, because this video is long enough. But I'm excited. So I got some feedback. I get feedback, and that's fun. You know, it's a lot of fun. If you have questions that you would like me to answer and all, like, please let me know, because I'm happy to answer them in a video. And but I got some feedback, and so as a result of that feedback, we're gonna have a special guest in 2 weeks, and so I'm excited. Like, I'm just excited. And my special guest is too. I'm like, that's all I'm gonna say about it, because I love surprises, and you're gonna have to deal with that and be surprised too. So anyway, except the person who suggested it knows, and the guest knows, and me. So anyway, I'm gonna show you my belly now. Again, I'm 27 weeks and 5 days, and this is what my belly is looking like right now. And it's just like, it's fun, you know. Like, look at this bigness. This, like, and the thing, here's the thing, like, because I'm 4'10", so I'm not, you know, a big person anyway, but like, this is excessive. I've never been this big at this point in my pregnancy, and like, if I stay here for too much longer, oh my God, like, my back starts like really talking to me, and it's not saying nice things. So that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Give me feedback, let me know, you know, whatever. And I hope you have a great week. Bye.